What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Gamecite Chronicles, the console gaming podcast where we sit down each and every week to talk about our favorite hobby, video games. I'm your host, Bonfire, and this is episode number 54. Hope you guys are all doing well out there. Had a fantastic weekend and a great week. And for me, it's kind of been a crazy week, not only for video games, but I've personally just been, just been busy, like with work, and then trying to get some gaming time in, a little bit of golf. I did some golfing at Top Golf, and it's just been busy, man. As such is life, I guess. That's just how things go. And I'm excited because I feel like we got a jam-packed episode today. Not only, and we'll get to more in detail topics to talk about, but some interesting news items have surfaced, and then PSVR 2's out. I feel like there's just lots to talk about. So we'll see how long this episode goes, and it should be a good one. Now, a couple of things right at the top. I got to give a shout out to two games. First is Elden Ring. So a couple of days ago, from the time of this recording, Bandai Namco came out, and they recently announced that Elden Ring has surpassed 20 million copies sold. That's insane. That's huge. I mean, I just imagine that both Bandai Namco and From Software are just over the moon about the success of this game. And I'm stoked for them. And I certainly think there's an Elden Ring 2 in our future looking at those numbers. And I'm pretty sure the Dark Souls or the Soulsborne formula will be forever changed with Elden Ring, given not only the commercial reception of it, but the critical reception of it as well. I mean, it was Game of the Year last year, so pretty crazy. Awesome stuff. So shout out to Elden Ring, Bandai Namco, and From Software on that monumental success. It just reminds me that I really need to get back to that game. Like I said, I think I played about 40 hours or so, and then it's not that I didn't like it by any means. It just didn't capture me in the same way that some of the other Soulsborne games did, but I certainly want to get back to it. And now that I got, part of the strategy guide, that, just kind of adds some fun to it if I want to look something up. So that's cool. It's trust me, it's on my backlog, my never ending backlog. I mean, gosh, dude, there's so many games out there to play. Like, am I the only one who's crazy in that there's just not enough time in the day, weeks, months, years to play all the games that you want to play? Now, the other game I want to give a shout out to is Hogwarts Legacy, because Warner Bros. Stated, I think this was yesterday at the time of this recording, that they have sold 12 million copies within the first 2 weeks of this game's launch and has reached a global sales number of $850 million. That's insane. 12. I mean, again, compare that to Elden Ring, right? And I know Elden Ring did really good right off the bat. I think they did like the same round of numbers in like the first month or two. But the fact 12 million copies in 2 weeks, that's crazy. That is absolutely insane. And I think the best part about it is that this is despite all of the protests. This is despite all the virtue signaling from the majority of the gaming industry journos, and a lot of influencer figures, and just a lot of people on the internet in general, this vocal minority. But despite all of that, this game has had tremendous success, both commercially and I think critically as well. I mean, it reviewed pretty well. I think a lot of people are enjoying the game. I'll talk about, I'm still playing it, and I'll talk about that here shortly, but just, that's incredible. So, I mean, we got to give a shout out and recognize Warner Bros., Avalanche, Portkey Games. Congrats, dude. Success on that game. That's so cool to see. And you have to imagine that they're looking at those numbers, and you have to imagine that there's a sequel in the works, or that they would want to do a sequel with that success. And I know they came out, I think it was in the last week or so, stating that they have no plans for DLC for this game, which is kind of a bummer, if I'm being honest, because I think that's a huge missed opportunity, especially with the success of this. But you have to imagine that's now on the table, at least the DLC, something. can capitalize on the success of this game. I mean, you want to ride that train out. And I think they got something there. I really do. Now, I was thinking about one of the things that would be really cool to see with this game in terms of DLC is like there's some sort of free update, or you could put this in the sequel. That might make a little more sense. But like a Quidditch update, like a multiplayer Quidditch update would be phenomenal. I think that would take off. I think people would love that. I mean, Quidditch is its own like genre. It's got its own fan base. People love that. It's big in the game, or it's big in the movies, big in the books, and all that stuff. And so to add that to the game with a like multiplayer functionality, dude, that would be. I think that'd be a hit. And I personally think it'd be cool to see some sort of single player DLC for the game. Now I haven't finished the story or anything like that. I'm not sure if it leaves room for that or what have you. But I have to imagine, like in the Wizarding world of Harry Potter, you got to imagine there's more stories to tell there. So I think there's quite a bit of possibilities, and I don't think we've seen the last of Hogwarts Legacy. So shout out to that game on their tremendous success. Now, with that out of the way, this is a video games podcast. We're going to get to some really interesting topics here in just a moment. But for those of you that are new to the show and would like to support it, which is always very much appreciated, remember the best way to support the show is to leave us nice reviews and share the podcast. Share the podcast with your friends, post on social media. Help me get the word out there so we can grow this show. I'm always open to feedback that you guys have, so feel free to either write into the show, hit me up on Twitter at Gamecite Podcast. You can also check out the video episodes of the show over on YouTube and Rumble. And if you don't want to do that, new episodes of the show, or I don't know why I said that, but new episodes of the show, whether it be on YouTube, podcast services, etc., go up each and every week, Mondays, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So you can look forward to that, as we haven't missed a week this far, which is fantastic. Now, one thing, I was speaking of YouTube, I got to say this. Now, again, I started my YouTube channel in like the end of 2012, going into 2013, something like that. And I did it up until about the beginning of 2017. And I amassed, just over 3,000 subscribers and, was regularly posting content. And I enjoyed it. And I dabbled in a variety of different types of content. But it kind of became more of a chore than what it was worth. And I kind of wanted to just take some personal time for myself. So I stepped away for years until I launched this podcast, because I really wanted to talk about video. I love talking about video games. And I felt like this was just a better form for me to do it, given my current like work-life balance schedule, all that stuff. And I'm still posting the same channel, and there's some of you out there that are regularly watch the podcast and catch my clips and stuff like that on the channel and leave me comments, like the video and all that stuff. And I really do appreciate it. I see you. I try